just show up. And if you build it, they will come. And if they come, someone will hopefully clean up after themselves, one of them. You get one good cleaner, then everybody can come or do whatever, and the cleaner type will do the cleaning, because people who want to clean will always clean. They'll stay later and clean. They'll be like, oh, okay, can I help you put anything away? Okay, help? What can I do to help? Yo, Alice in Colo. Is that how your name is pronounced? I've always wondered about that. I'm a talking skull. I should use this in a video. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Some fucking Hello Kitty. Hell yeah. I'm like, Hello Kitty. Whoa. Art Vandalay. Yeah, sure. I live in Colorado. Allison, Colorado. Yeah, damn it, I don't know. I was gonna say something funny, like, something about Rod. His Rod, though, I don't know. Colorado, more like he had an STD, got a colored rod, yo. That was a stinker. Stinker, I hardly know her. Stinker, thinker. We're back to the spaghetti podcast. That's the only type I know how to, it's the only time I know how to, live stream and talk is when I'm eating spaghetti. Like when I did this, were you there, Alice, for the spaghetti, when I live streamed myself eating spaghetti in the shower? Did you see that one? Was that before your time, Alice? Colorado. Call a rad ho. Yeah. I'd call you up. But I already did call up a rad ho. I called up Alice. Hello, cutie. I missed that? Oh, yeah, okay. I think you can find it on my YouTube, the eating spaghetti in the shower podcast. That was pretty classic. I think that was a 2020 thing. Back in the show, not the year 2020, not the show 2020 with Dan Rather. Her, I don't even know, Diane Sawyer. There was that Diane Sawyer, there's that, when Blair Witch Project was new, Mad TV had that like Blair Witch skit where it was like Dan Rather and Diane Sawyer walking around the woods. Like, I'm Dan Rather. I'm Diane Sawyer. You had to be there, as my mom used to say. I just wanted to do this because I want to start live streaming like every Wednesday. It doesn't have to be Wednesday. It could be any day, any night, just for like an hour, like do some music, show myself making music, beep, 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 beep. So I was just like, well, just show up, just start by, doing it, even though I'm not prepared. And like, if I get used to showing up for it, if I get used to showing up and just doing it, then I'll be better at, I kind of like this one. I'll be better at doing it. If I show up and just live stream, well, then it'll be easier to live stream again next week. And it'll be easier to like do it well next week. Because I'll be better at, I kind of like this one. I'll be better at doing it. If I show up and just live stream, well, then it'll be easier to live stream again next week. And it'll be easier to like do it well next week. Because I'll already be used. So they were just walking around the woods. They kept calling each other's names. And the joke, the humorous conceit, if you will, was that in Blair Witch Project, they're walking around the woods going like, Josh! And like, I lost the map! But instead they were these comedic actors on this comedic show were portraying these like deadpan newscasters. So they just kept going around saying like, I'm Dan Rather. I'm Diane Sawyer. Yeah, that was I didn't understand it at the time, you see, but I was like a kid. I was like a little boy, a mere untutored youth, if you will. And it was very, it didn't need to make sense. It made like kid sense, the way that like knock knock, who's there, poop makes sense when you're a kid. It makes sense now too, but try saying that at the UN, everybody freaks out. They're like, why did we let you talk here? There's a business card for my it's easier for me to clean. I should do this so I want to do a Wednesday. Look at that, Barb Snyder, she's my Sunday school teacher. Bless her. God bless her. I want to do a weekly one where I'm doing music, okay? Like of something music related, like making songs or editing songs, or like not making songs. I'll just sit at the computer and look at the computer. Actually, I gotta have one hand holding it and one hand like doing the live stream with with these digital masks on. Poop is a classic. I completely agree. That's the bed spaghetti. I'll have one live stream that's for music related things, and then I'll have another live stream that's just for me to help me clean. Because if I feel the sensation, I've heard there's an ADHD thing that works for people called body doubling. Like having another person there helps you to complete tasks. So I'll just like write on the live stream title like cleaning my kitchen today, and then I'll like put the video there, the video machine, the camera, if you will, in the cooking room or kitchen as I like to call it, and I'll just like have it running, and that'll help me want to clean more. That'll help make it so that I want to clean. So there's gonna be a there's going to be a music podcast and a cleaning podcast. And by podcast, I mean live stream or like live. Is this called a live stream? I think it is. But most live streams are on like Discord or the other one that I don't remember the name of. That's my closet you're looking in. I bet the sound was different in the closet because there were all the clothes absorbing sound, and I feel like me just saying things in a straightforward way is kind of funny. Say hi to yourselves. I feel like me saying things and telling the truth is funny because I don't know, what would an example of that be? Something about how like if I say, talk about this honey tea, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Just saying things in a true way. There's this guy on Instagram here. YouTubeagram Instant. His name's DC Plate King. DC Plate King. And he talks about like forks a lot in his fork collection. And it's oh, I know where it is. It's pretty amazing because he just talks in a very real, straightforward, matter-of-fact way about forks. Like here's my big fork, or as I call it, the Forkinator or something. But he would never call it the Forkinator. He would give it a much more straightforward, not intentionally funny name. This is what I mean. A type of humor where the humor is just saying a thing in a straightforward way. Maybe it's not funny. Maybe I'm on the autism spectrum, but maybe it is funny and I'm on the autism spectrum. Charter Spectrum? What? I hate Charter Spectrum. Oh, shit. Oh, right. Okay, I should go do my laundry tomorrow. There's a tripod I got from somewhere. Probably like the, what's that store where they sell things for $5? Oh, yeah, it's called Five Below. That's what it's called. Deadpan. It is deadpan, but it's like a certain type. I think it's like a modern deadpan. It's like a more modern. I could turn this light on and I'd be more illuminated, but then it's like too bright in here for me, for my blue Caucasian eyes. For these Caucasoid eyes that God has given me to see in the dark in the Caucasus Mountains, in the Michael Dukakis Mountains. Michael sucking Dukakis. Okay, I'll put that light there. It's a string light that I haven't, shall I say, removed from the packaging fully yet. So yeah, Michael Dukakis. Michael the Cock is soft on that guy. Am I right, ladies? That's what I would say to his wife if I ever met her. So I don't know, a lot of people, yeah, I already put butter on this. Now there's double butter. A lot of butter on that, eh, boy? That's what they tell me when I meet a gay man who wishes to have butter rubbed onto him, who has already had butter rubbed onto him several times, and I'm like remarking on the amount of butter. He's like, "Oh, a lot of butter there, eh, boy?" I'm like, "Oh yes, you're right, sir." That's how it is in Wisconsin. Just to fill you in, because it's the dairy state. A lot of butter, a lot of butter related humor. There's a meme or something of that politician guy who's weird and no one likes him. No one likes his face, but he said like, yeah, when my daughter, he said like, wow, we saw like a 1,000-pound cow made of butter. My daughter loves butter so much, her first word was butter, or something. Triple slick, that's universal. Triple slick, that's universal. You gotta get to rehearsal. I mean, the thing is, like, I'm sober, I'm sober right now. I've never even smoked weed, which most people... I know you've been following me a long time, Alice. You know that's true, that I've actually never smoked weed. I got high off an edible once by accident, but my brother's schizophrenic, so I've avoided smoking weed my whole life because I don't want to have an episode. But, like, this is how people on weed talk, and I've learned it from them, but I've also just learned to just be triple slick, that's universal. Yeah, I don't know if that was a reference to something else. Oh, Jimmy Dukakis. No, Mike Dukakis. Michael Dukakis. That's the guy who doesn't emote. But there's the newer guy he's like the same age as Gwen Stefani. He's famous for being younger than Gwen Stefani, actually. So that would make him 47 and she's 48, I think. But you guys, 1 hour stream of me just talking into the live stream like every night before I go out, so I'll already be in a talkative state. That's what the talkative state, being in state, as they say, as the pickup artists say, being in state so that you're in a talkative state so that you want to socialize and talk. But I've been getting tired of the whole going out thing lately. I had the show on like a week ago. This show was the first event I hosted on my own. Not the first event I performed at, but the first event I hosted on my own, and just having all the promotion building up to that for 2 months. Like, we got 78 people there, which is very good for a weeknight. 78 people on Wednesday. It's fantastic. The performances were fantastic. I did fantastic. I mean, it was as good as I wanted. It was just so exhausting to make it happen. It was so much work to promote the hell out of that damn thing. So I can't, I'm not going to be able to sustain that like every month. So I need to figure out a different way to get to performing more. But yeah, Michael Dukakis. I don't know. I think he's like this boring, monotonous guy. I know this from SNL impersonations of him when he was running for president in like 1988. But I think he also like brought like a pie chart to a debate to talk about some economic problem, which is pretty cool. That's like a different kind of baller, you know? Different kind of G move, you know? Like, let's not attack each other. Let me tell you like a 90-second like infomercial about an issue so that you know the issue. That's cool. That was a G move, Mike. Thank you, Mike. And his name's Mike. I like people named Mike. The battery might die any second, so don't freak out. But let's see what Alice in Colo say. Alice in Colorado. Butter slicking the game in. Multiple coats. Isn't just a Wisconsin. Oh, okay. I see. I just assumed it was. Okay. You get up to the Northeast where they're serving lobster all the time. They want to be dunked in hot butter. I host a community-based spring celebration in the small town where I live. It's once a year. Not all I can handle. Yeah, tell me about it. About how many people go to that? How small is the town, and like how many people go to that? I'd be interested to know. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, and it makes me have more respect for this guy who hosted this this like music festival that I performed at this October. I cannot imagine the fucking work. I don't know how anyone maintains that. Like, that's just totally nuts to me. I want to eat some spaghetti. Garlicky. A few hundred folks come usually. Wow. Yeah. If you're talking 200 plus, that's a hell of a freaking event. Yeah, that must be nuts. There are a few thousand went down. Wow, so that's a really lot of people then, like relative to the town. I mean, Madison's got what, 250,000 people? If I got, 1% of that? Well, it's like 25,000 people. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, that's a lot. I remember my mom had some like book about manners she would read to me when I was a kid, and this like cat wearing a backwards hat, like it didn't wear a backwards hat. I'm confusing it with a character on Arthur, but this cat, I'm talking about an anthropomorphic cat, okay? A cartoon drawing of an artistic representation of an anthropomorphic cat, okay? Because there are no anthropomorphic cats in this reality. Exhausting though, so I get what you're saying. Very. This anthropomorphic cat ate like a big ball of spaghetti that was like, I remember saying to my mom, like, that's bigger than your purse. And the idea was it was rude for this cat to be eating such a large amount of spaghetti in one bite. And yet here I am in front of 8 billion people eating a large amount of spaghetti, shoving it in my mouth. Because why not? I don't know. I mean, I'm not an anthropomorphic cat, I think is the only conclusion to be drawn, really. Maybe. I don't know. I'll roll with that. I choose to believe I'm not an anthropomorphic cat. There's a girl, she's a cat. There's a girl in Norway who is a cat. She lives with 2 people who own her. She says people sometimes ask me what it's like being a cat, and I ask them what it's like being human. And if this girl asked me what it was like being human, I would say to her, "Oh my God, a talking cat!" You know? All right, you've been great, everybody. I always love touring through Madison, Wisconsin. Anyway, battery's about to die, so thanks for being here, Alice. It's great to hear from you, actually. Yeah. I'm probably not doing the weather reports anymore. I don't know, but it's what it is. But I really appreciate you being a fan and follower for so long. Yeah, okay, I'll probably post this on YouTube, I don't know. Hi, Max. You know. Okay. Thanks everybody. Bye. Have a good night, Alice. I appreciate you.